Hi, everybody, from Nelsonville York High School. Opening round tournament game. Nelsonville York softball team hosting Federal Hocking. We're in the top of the first inning. Swing and a miss. On the mound for the Buckeyes, Lily Gura.
I'm going to try to get around you, work around you here, Jim. We got an early start to the game because there are storms coming in, and so we were kind of scrambling to get everything set up here and rolling with the live stream, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get around Jim where I could see the actual pitcher and catcher here, but we'll get it.
Lancers 2 outs and a runner at first, and a swing and a miss. 1-2 count. Audrey Klingenpeel at the plate, and that'll be strike three. So
yeah, nice pitch out on the outside corner. Good start for the Buckeyes.
So the Buckeyes will come in to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. No score.
And of course, the Buckeyes ended their regular season. They may have some makeup games that they still need to make up as far as rainouts, but at least for regular season games, they ended the season with a really nice winning streak there. I think they put together 8 wins in a row before losing a game to Wellston. And the last I checked the records, Jim, Wellston was tied for all these teams, and it's typical baseball and softball, especially at the high school level. You're dealing with weather usually about every spring, and we've definitely dealt with quite a bit of rain this spring, and just adjust and be able to be flexible and be able to do things the right way day in and day out. These ladies are proving themselves. The Buckeyes are that they're able to take on the task. They've gotten better and better as the seasons went on. This is our first time to be able to broadcast them, largely because it was the field that they were playing on over there by Bud's stop. It was just issues getting electricity there to be able to run our equipment, so on and so forth. But we're certainly glad that they have the new field ready to go.
This field really looks nice.
It does. They've done a nice job to it.
Lily Gura will lead it off for the Buckeyes in the bottom of the first. Again, no score. Ball one. Pitching for Federal Hocking is Jaylee Osborne. 1-0 pitch, and that's low, 2-up. You can tell the wind is blowing pretty strong here.
Probably a smart decision by the Jay Klein and as well as Federal Hocking's athletic director and the officials to go ahead and get this game started early.
2-1 pitch, and that's low, 3-1.
It's very important with tournament play that you try to stay on some kind of a schedule, just because other teams are playing too, and they're waiting for whoever comes out of each bracket, and so you want to try to get these games in if at all possible.
And ball four, Lily Gura will head down to first with a leadoff walk.
I saw a lightning strike here too, Jim. I don't know if the umpire saw it.
Of course, this game was supposed to be played last night. Both
Right.
teams were here warming up, and we were here, and the umpires have the final say. And when they showed up and checked out the field and everything, they said, "We'll see you tomorrow."
Yep. Nice attempt there at a bunt. It almost looked like it may have bounced back up and hit the batter in the hand, and I'm going to have to check Jim's notes because I didn't have a chance to write some of these numbers down, but it looks like it stalled her. Good attempt there at the bunt. It just barely rolled foul.
That one's high. Lily Gura on her way to second, and she's in safe with a steal.
It's a pretty good throw by the catcher. Lily was just able to outrun it.
Anaya Ellis is the catcher for Federal Hocking. Paisley Stalter at the plate for the Buckeyes. I believe the count's 1-2. The pitch and a ground ball at the middle. The shortstop knocks it down, but Paisley Stalter will make it to first in time without a throw.
Yeah, and that was a good decision by Lily there at second to not try to go to third, because if she had, that may have been given the chance for that shortstop to make the play, but ball was fumbled a little bit there at short.
And here's Emmy Fowler. She leads the Buckeyes in about every offensive category. And that's a strike. Emmy Fowler with 5 home runs on the season, batting over 500, 35 RBIs.
Yeah, really, really good year.
First and second, nobody out for the Buckeyes. And that's a ball, 1-1. Bottom of the first, no score. Osborne with the pitch and a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Goes to third for the force. So the Buckeyes will have first and second and 2 down on the fielder's choice.
They had a chance for a double play there, but the second and short, which should have been the second baseman, didn't get over to cover second base quick enough for the throw.
Kylie Warren will now hit for the Buckeyes. And that's high, ball 1. Paisley Stalter on her way to third. She's there, and Emmy Fowler moves up to second. Kylie Warren with around 13 RBIs on the season, trying to get a couple more here with a base hit.
Definitely an excellent opportunity here early in the game.
And that's a low, ball 2.
Backstop's pretty close here on the softball field, so any ball gets past, it's still questionable whether or not you're going to be able to get home on any ball that gets by the catcher.
Osborne with a pitch, and that's a strike. 2-1. 1 out in the bottom of the first. Buckeyes with runners at second and third. Kylie Warren at the plate for Nelsonville York. Osborne with the pitch, and that'll be a base hit to right field. Buckeyes score 1.
Yeah, they're going to
Emmy
send the other
Fowler comes on in. So the Buckeyes with a 2-0 lead on the base hit by Kylie Warren.
It's a really solid base hit by Warren. And a great start here for the Buckeyes in the first inning.
Ava Nungester now up for the Buckeyes. Buckeyes runner at first, 1 out, and a foul ball. Head coach for the Buckeyes, Dennis Osborne. He's assisted by Rusty Richards and Adam Fowler. Head coach for Federal Hocking, Glenn Wilkes, and he's assisted by Caitlin Cromer. Warren on her way to second, and she's in as the ball gets away from the catcher.
Yeah, she was stealing that base to start from the get-go, and was helped, aided by the ball getting away from the catcher a little ways.
Jaylee Osborne with the pitch. That's high.
So Jim, maybe is this the first game that they've had on the new field, or did they play? Yep.
Yeah, last night was supposed to be the first night, and again it got rained out. Never were able to even start that game. Three-one count on Ava Nungester. Buckeyes with the runner at second, 1 out. The pitch and a swing and a miss. Full count. Osborne with the pitch, and that's fouled off.
Good job there fighting off a may have been a little bit low, but that's the type of pitch you just can't take for Nungaster there. She needs to be aggressive, stay aggressive up there at the plate.
The pitch, and that's low, ball 4, and Ava Nungaster will head on down to first base. Also, Kyla Warren takes third on the steal.
Yep. Ball just hit kind of right off the front of the plate and bounced up over the catcher's mitt.
Up now for the Buckeyes, or a Swisher. First and third for the Buckeyes. 1 out. Ava Nungaster on her way to second. She'll get there without a throw.
Yeah, Osborne is having, for Lancers here, Osborne's having a little bit of issues control-wise here to start the game out.
And ground ball foul.
Come on, Coach. You got to die for that.
Coach Rusty Richards at
Yeah.
coaching first base. The 0-2 pitch is low, and here comes Kylie Warren, and she's out.
Yeah. And that's something the Buckeyes are probably going to learn as they learn their new field here is, you got that backstop there, the concrete, and, if that ball gets away, it's probably going to take a pretty good bounce back to the catcher. And that's just part of that learning curve there and playing on a new field.
Ava Nungaster over at third now. 2 down for the Buckeyes. Buckeyes up 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. Or a Swisher at the plate. Osborne with the pitch, and that's fouled off. And the pitch, and that's high. 1-2. 2-2, actually. Jaylee Osborne with the pitch to Aura Swisher. And a swing and a miss. But the Buckeyes get 2 runs in the bottom of the first and lead 2-0 over Federal Hocking at the end of 1.
Crank it up with the Pure Rock Radio Network, your home for classic rock that really rocks. Tune in to Pure Rock 105 and Pure Rock 99.5 for the greatest hits, local sports action, and your favorite morning crew, Porter's Place, featuring Rodney Porterhouse Tomlin, comedian Jay Snide, and the HR chick, Tanya Hatton. From Bobcats football and basketball to unbeatable giveaways, we've got your back. Pure Rock Radio Network, where local voices meet legendary rock. Pure Rock 105 and Pure Rock 99.5. Turn it up.
You are watching Nelsonville York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Riley Harris will lead off the Lancer second inning. Lily Girl with the pitch, ground ball to second base. Cam Jolly makes a play for the Buckeyes, and 1 down for Federal Hocking.
Cam kind of a little bit rushed her throw a little bit. She didn't have her feet quite set right, but she still got it over there and made the out. The umpire kind of, field umpire took his time calling the out, so people were kind of wondering what was going on.
Paige Amlin now at the plate for Federal Hocking. She fouls off the first pitch. And that one's fouled off. 0-2. A Lily Gura, what I've seen out of her, she looks like a good young pitcher for the
Yep.
Buckeyes. I believe she's just a freshman.
Yep, consistent so far is what I'm seeing. She's somewhere in the around the strike zone every pitch, it seems like.
That one's fouled off.
And we've seen that a lot with the baseball games that we've called so far this year, Jim, just that the importance of having that consistency, in the strike zone, not walking people. The Lancers walked the leadoff batter for the Buckeyes in the last inning, and then sure enough, she scored.
And that's fouled off down the first base side once again. Paige Amlin has been late. Looks like Lily Gura's staying with the hard stuff.
Yeah.
That one's a ball, 1-2.
It was a really good pitch, though, when you're ahead in the count like that. Just barely off the corner.
Gura with the pitch and a ground ball, and that will be fielded by Kylie Warren. She'll step on the bag at first, and 2 down for the Lancers here in the top of the second.
Jim's sitting here. He's trying to hold on to these papers, and things are flying around here. And we don't have the greatest view here where we're at. We're kind of looking sideways through this fencing to see the catcher and hitter, but he's making it happen. That was a foul ball there, Jim.
Charlie Slayball at the plate for Federal Hocking.
He's not getting a whole lot of help from his partner statistics-wise right now, too, because I didn't have any of the rosters yet.
And a swing and a miss. Lily Gura quickly ahead 0-2. And that's a foul ball.
Most of these batters have been late on, and that she's not sure what the umpire called there. She didn't really yell out whether it was a fair ball or foul ball.
I think she yelled foul ball in the box.
I think she did, and I think it just, I think the young lady was a little confused what was happening there. The ball literally died right at her feet.
Lily Gura with the pitch and a swing and a miss. And that'll do it for the Lancers in the top of the second. Buckeyes lead 2-0 as we head to the home half of the second inning, and we'll take a timeout.
Ready for a movie night? Head to Silver Screen 7 in Gallipolis. With 7 screens showcasing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites, there's something for everyone. Enjoy comfy seats, affordable tickets, and fresh buttery popcorn that hits the spot. Located at 1284 Jackson Pike, it's your local destination for cinematic fun. Check showtimes and buy tickets at silverscreen7.com or follow us on Facebook. Silver Screen 7, where Gallipolis comes to watch.
You are watching Nelsonville York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
So we were just talking, the winner of this game will advance to the district semifinals and will play Portsmouth West. They defeated Ripley last night. Portsmouth West is a 5 seed. That will be played at Unioto High School a week from tonight on May 20th. Buckeyes are a 4 seed. Federal Hocking comes in as a 13 seed. Again, Portsmouth West is a 5 seed.
That's a pretty good little trip there over to Unioto. What would you say it is? About an hour drive from here? 45-hour drive?
I imagine.
Yeah.
We're heading to the bottom of the second inning. Buckeyes up 2-0. Haley Corner will lead off the Buckeyes second. Jaylee Osborne with the pitch, and that's high, ball 1.
Yeah, Osborne just needs to figure a way to keep things in the zone and let the batter swing the bat, let her defense play.
And That's actually Audrey Klingenpill now pitching for Federer.
Oh yeah, they did make a switch. I didn't. Good catch there, Jim.
Swing and a miss.
Left-handed pitcher too. Should have noticed something changed there.
One, two count on Haley Corner. 2-2.
I never looked at the statistics on softball, right-handed versus left-handed pitchers. The hitters versus the pitchers, if it has any major statistical difference that you would see in baseball.
That's strike 3 call. So one down for the Buckeyes here in the bottom of the second, and Veda Stalter will now hit. Audrey Klingenpill with the pitch, and that's ball 1.
You say the Buckeyes are what seed? 4 seed?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course, as we can see, the opening round games, the higher seed hosts.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, it does go to a neutral site.
Showed bunt, but she pulled back in time, so got a 3-0 count. I believe, or is it 3-1? It may be 3-1, Jim.
And that's ball 4, and Veda Stalter with the walk. Cam Jolly will now hit for the Buckeyes. One down for Nelsonville York in the bottom of the second. Buckeyes up 2-0. And a bunt. Klingenpill will field it, go to first, and she's safe. Cam Jolly with that speed beats it out.
Yeah, she sure did. And really, I mean, it was a decent bunt. It's certainly worthy of a sacrifice bunt. But when it first went down, I thought the pitcher would have enough time to make the play. But Jolly she just outran it, used her wheels.
Buckeyes back to the top of the order with Lily Gura. She walked the first time up. First and second, and one down for the Buckeyes here in the bottom of the second. And that's high, ball 1. High, ball 2.
Buckeyes doing a really nice job, with the pitch selection, not chasing after balls that are out of the strike zone.
And that's a strike. Audrey Klingenpill with the pitch, and that's a ball.
Yep.
Veda Stalter steals third and then comes on home and in safely is Cam Jolly at third. Buckeye lead is 3-0.
I think the catcher there, the third baseman didn't quite get to the bag that quick, and as the catcher was going to throw, she was trying to decide whether or not should hang on to it or not, and just the ball got away from her, and that was fortunate for the Buckeyes because they were able to score a run as a result.
Klingenpill with a pitch and a line drive base hit to right field between first and second. The first and second baseman, Lily Gura with an RBI single.
Buckeye hitters so far doing a really nice job of keeping their heads flat, keeping it down on the ball, and just driving right through the ball.
Buckeyes with a 4-0 lead. Paisley Stalter steps in for Nelsonville York. And a swing and a miss. Audrey Klingenpill with the pitch, swing and a miss. Lily Gura heading to second. She's in with a stolen base. That's an Athens Sports Cycle stolen base for Liligura. Paisley stalled her down 0-2 in the count. And she strikes out swinging. 2 down for the Buckeyes. And Emmy Fowler steps in. And that's a strike on Emmy. She grounded into a 1-5 fielder's choice the first time up.
Yeah, and any ball that gets into the outfield in this situation is going to most likely is going to score a run.
Klingenpill with a pitch, and that's high. Two down on the bottom of the second. Buckeyes up 4-0. And that's outside.
Gura's getting plenty of a lead. Once the ball releases the pitcher's hand in softball, the base runner can then take their lead, and she's getting a nice lead each time.
2-1 count on Emmy Fowler, and she fouls it back. 2-2. Two-two pitch, and that's fouled off. Count remains 2-2.
Ball was headed toward my truck. I can't afford to lose another vehicle here, Jim.
And that's pop foul. Out of play behind us.
Yep.
Yep, that ball was trying to find Tad's
Yeah,
vehicle.
it's trying, man. They're trying. I'm already down one vehicle in the last few days. I can't afford another one. Somebody not paying attention on Richland Avenue ran into me the other day and canceled our live stream, didn't it?
Yeah, he was trying to bring our equipment to us.
Yeah. Got rear-ended into another. I was a sandwich. I was in the sandwich.
Emmy Fowler at the plate, full count.
Oh,
And a nice hit towards center field. That's going to drop off the fence. Emmy Fowler heads on to second. Liligura scores for the Buckeyes to make it 5-0. Emmy Fowler with a 2-out double and an RBI.
Yeah, that ball hit about 2/3 up the fence and probably about the deepest part of the field. And so
she almost had the first home run ever hit at this new field.
Yeah, that would have been something, huh? Yeah, she would have had. I'm sure the coaches would have allowed her to keep that ball.
Kylie Waring at the plate for the Buckeyes. And that's popped up on the infield. Their baseman calling for it makes the catch, and that'll do it for the Buckeyes in the bottom of the second. But the Buckeyes add on 3 more runs and lead 5-0 at the end of 2, and we'll take a timeout.
Gear up at Rocky Outdoor Gear Store in Nelsonville. Quality boots and apparel for work, play, and everything in between. Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. Adventure starts here. Find your next ride at Hocking Valley Motors. Quality vehicles.
You are watching Nelsonville York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube. You are watching Nelsonville York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Lancers will come calling here in the top of the third. Kaylee Poston will lead it off for Federal Hocking. 8-9-1 up for the Lancers.
Buckeyes doing a nice job so far of taking advantage of the free passes that the Lancers have given some of our base runners.
Lily Gura with the pitch, and that's fouled off. I'm sure the Buckeye coaches are wanting a lot of strikes, and so far Lily Gura is delivering.
Yes, she is, absolutely.
And that one's fouled off. 0-2 count.
And the Lancers, for the most part, they're swinging away, making some contact, but Lily's a good pitcher, and so they're going to have to stay on top of it.
Kaylee Poston at the plate for Federal Hocking, down 0-2. And that strike 3 call.
Really nice pitch here. Painted the outside corner on that pitch, Jim.
And Nia Ellis will now hit for the Lancers. Lily Gura with the pitch, and that's strike 1. Sound like some thunder in the distance.
Yeah, I'm hearing something. Could just be my stomach rumbling, but
we haven't had supper yet. 1-1 is the count. One down here in the top of the third. Buckeyes up 5-0.
Yep,
And that's a swing
went.
and a miss.
Yep. She tried to hold up. The batter tried to hold up there, but pitch was high, but she definitely went.
And Nia Ellis at the plate for Federal Hocking. And that's strike 3 call.
Boy, she is hitting that outside corner.
So
For the third strike, that's what, back-to-back?
Strikes looking.
Yeah, strikeout looking.
She now has 5 strikeouts.
You can tell she's in a bit of a zone right now. She's hitting her spots.
Leadoff hitter back up for Federal Hocking, Story Childers. Lily Gura with the 1-0 pitch, and it's fouled off, 1-1.
Definitely seeing activity weather-wise, but it's pretty far off. But I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get something here at some point, Jim.
2-1 count. Pitch, and that's popped up this way, just out of the reach of Kylie Warren. Falls foul.
Yep.
Good hustle by Kylie Warren. Nearly had it.
Yeah, that was going to take some quick reaction there and speed, and she was pretty close to it.
2-2 count. Gura with the pitch, and that's high. Count goes full. And that one will go foul. Landed in fair territory, but the spin on it.
Yeah, a lot of spin on that ball.
Foul.
She got it off the end of her bat is what happened. There's no way that ball's going to stay fair.
Story Childers at the plate for the Lancers. And that's low, ball 4. So Childers will head down the first with a 2-out walk. Now batting for Federal Hocking, Rory Tabler. She had a base hit first time up. Swing and a miss. Throw down the first. Gets away, and Childers will head on down to second. Federal Hocking with a runner on second, 2 out. Top of the third, Buckeyes up 5-0. And that one's hit to the gap. Childers heading home. Throw comes towards the plate, but Childers will score. And the Lancers on the scoreboard and trail 5-1. Another base hit for Rory Tabler. That one had an RBI with it.
Yeah. That was a nice hit by Tabler there. And, of course, the play prior to that is really what set up the RBI. You have the bad throw to first base that allows the runner to advance to second. And, typically any ball that gets into the outfield in that situation, the runner's going to score.
Jaylee Osborne gets a bat on the ball, hit the shortstop, and the play is made at second on the fielder's choice. So that'll do it for the Lancers in the top of the third. They get on the scoreboard. They trail the Buckeyes 5-1 in the middle of the third. We'll take a timeout.
Is your home too hot or too cold? Call Air Claws Heating and Cooling in Athens. Fast, reliable comfort every season, every time. Trusted locally, serving you with pride. Call today or visit airclaws.com. Find your next ride at Hocking Valley Motors. Quality vehicles.
You are watching Nelsonville York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube. You are watching Nelsonville York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Would like to mention our sponsors, Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, Hocking Valley Motors, Air Claws Heating and Cooling, and Athens Sports Cycles.
Coach Wilkes looks like he's made a few changes here in the field. And you were talking off air a little bit there, Jim, that, Coach Wilkes is really working hard to try to get this program back on its feet. You can tell just looking at many of the players out here, most of them look like they're younger athletes out here. And I know he's working with the junior high program as well, as you were saying. And so, it takes often that kind of dedication these days to make a program turn around.
Klingenpill with the pitch, and that's ball one. Yeah, head coach Glenn Wilkes again. He's the coach of the junior high team, and he really puts a lot of time into it, trying to build a program.
Can you imagine you're having to work the practices and then all the games and two different squads, and it's enough for just one coach, just one sport, whether that's varsity, junior high, or junior varsity, whatever may be the case. It's a huge time commitment for any person, and doing it double shift in the same season. I commend him for sure.
Kylie Warren at the plate for the Buckeyes. Pardon me, that's Ava Nungester.
Ava, yep, she took the walk. Good eye.
Or a Swisher now at the plate for Nelsonville York. Runner at first, nobody out. And that's fouled down this way.
Won't catch me one here eventually, Jim. Feel it.
Might catch it in the side of the noggin.
Either Coach Richards or myself's going to get one in the side of the head, or go catch it.
Audrey Klingenpill with the pitch, and that's a ball. Buckeyes up 5-1, bottom of the third. Or Swisher at the plate, swing and a miss. Throw down to second, and they call Ava Nungester out.
Of course, we have no kind of angle to really be able to see that. Whether or not that call, how close that call was, but nonetheless, that's the first out, first out of the inning, right?
Just one down here in the bottom of the third. Getting the Buckeyes up by 4. Or a Swisher at the plate. 1-2 count.
The Buckeyes so far, they've been stealing or attempting to steal anytime they get a runner on, and so I'm sure the Lancer catcher is getting a little frustrated, and she probably put a little extra on that one.
Klingenpill with the pitch, and that's high. Ball 4, and where a Swisher is on first base with a 1-out walk. Haley Corner now at the plate for the Buckeyes. And a swing and a miss, 0-1. Audrey Klingenpill with the pitch, and that's a ball. 1-1. Buckeyes with Ora Swisher on first base, 1 out. And that's high, 2-1. And a swing and a miss. Count evens at 2-2.
Might see the runner go on this pitch, Jim.
And a swing and a miss. 2 down for the Buckeyes. Veda Stalder will now hit. She walked her first time up. The Buckeyes with the runner at first, 2 down. Here in the bottom of the third, Buckeyes at 5-1. And that's high.
Coach Richards is trying to tell the base runner here to get a little bit better lead. That ball's hit. That way she can maybe get home on any ball into the outfield.
2-0 count. Veda Stalder again at the plate for the Buckeyes. Audrey Klingenpill brings it to the plate. That's fouled off on the bunt attempt.
Yep. Definitely trying to bunt for a hit in that situation with 2 outs. You're not, it's doing you no good to try to sacrifice, obviously. You're going to see a lot more bunt attempts in softball.
Pitch and a swing and a miss. 2-2 count on Veda Stalder. The 2-2, and the count's full. Klingenpill with the pitch, bunted, and that's fouled. So,
and Klingenpill did not start the game, but since coming in the second, she's done a pretty good job of holding the Buckeyes down. That was a third strike error because bunt attempt went foul, so that's a strikeout. But so far, she's done a nice job of holding the Buckeyes down and trying to give the Lancers a chance to get back in this game.
And we're heading to the 4th inning. Buckeyes leading Federal Hocking 5-1.
Ready for a movie night? Head to Silver Screen 7 in Gallipolis. With 7 screens showcasing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites, There's something for everyone. Enjoy comfy seats, affordable tickets, and fresh, buttery popcorn that hits the spot. Located at 1284 Jackson Pike, it's your local destination for cinematic fun. Check showtimes and buy tickets at silverscreen7.com or follow us on Facebook. Silverscreen 7, where Galpolis comes to watch.
You are watching Nelsonville York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Lily Gura back to the mound for the Buckeyes.
Yep. Been throwing the ball real well here so far.
And her counterpart, Audrey Klingenpill at the plate, swing and a miss. As you were saying, Audrey Klingenpill's done a good job on the mound for the Lancers.
She has.
And so has Lily Gura. She delivers another strike. It's 0-2. O2 pitch. And that's fouled back.
Yep, just got a piece of it.
And a ground ball. And that will be the base hit, I imagine, is the way they'll score that one for Audrey Klingenpill.
Yeah, it was a funky little hop there for the third baseman. Even Ungaster was able to adjust at the shortstop and actually put the glove on it and make the play, keep it from going into the outfield. But yeah, that's a base hit.
Riley Harris at the plate for the Lancers, and she fouls it back. Audrey Klingenpill at first for Federal Hocking. Nobody out here in the top of the fourth. Buckeyes up 5-1.
Definitely a game that's far from over. Put together a few runs right here, and you're right in it.
And there's a base hit up the middle for Riley Harris, and the Lancers will have him at first and second. Nobody out. Paige Amlin will now hit for Federal Hocking. She hit it to Kylie Warren at first base, and she took it unassisted for the out. And that's a foul ball down the first base side.
Yeah, I'd definitely be ready if I'm on this side of the field right here, first baseman, second baseman. If the ball's in play, it's most likely going to be to this side of the field with the way this batter's swinging.
And that's a swing and a miss. 0-2 count. Lily Gura with the 0-2. And that's strike three call. So one down for Federal Hocking. Lancers with runners at first and second. And Charlie Slayball will be at the plate. And actually, they are sending up
25.
the pinch hitter.
Yep.
I believe this is Harmony Dotson. I had her as 24.
Yep.
Swing and a miss. Right now, Lily Gura dealing after those back-to-back hits to start the inning. And that's a ground ball. Gura fields, throws to third, and she'll be safe.
Yep.
So base hit for Harmony Dotson.
It's a good job by Klingenpill getting a nice lead off a second on the pitch and then hustling to get to third base there.
Federal Hocking with one out, and the base is loaded. Kaylee Poston at the plate. And that's off the glove of Lily Gura. And they'll get her at first, but she gets an RBI.
really good job there by Jolly to not, get in a rush there. Once the ball hit off the pitcher, she did a nice job of fielding it, taking her time, getting that sure out at first base.
Anaya Ellis at the plate for the Lancers. It's low ball one.
Worst thing that can happen in that situation is obviously bases loaded, you're worried about the runners, and you get in a hurry and you end up throwing it away, and now you're in much deeper trouble than you were before the batter.
That's fouled off down this way. 2 down for the Lancers. They have runners at second and third. Hocking again with Anaya Ellis at the plate.
Yep. Tying run sitting on second right now. I'm sorry, not the tying run. Didn't they score? They scored one there, didn't they?
I believe they did. There it is. They get it on the scoreboard now. 5-2 Buckeyes.
Tying runs at the plate is what I should have said.
Lancers down 5-2. Runners at second and third, 2 down. And Anaya Ellis at the plate. Top of the fourth inning. Lily Gura with the pitch. And that's fouled off. Two count. Lily Gura with a delivery, and that's low, ball 3.
Looking over there, Jim, because it looks like the baseball game's on a delay right now.
And that's popped up, and that'll land on the Federal Hocking dugout. Foul ball.
I wouldn't be surprised if these umpires don't make the same decision here soon. Of course, the Buckeyes baseball team's having a makeup game tonight. It's against Athens, isn't it, Jim?
Yes, the Athens Bulldogs.
And Athens Bulldogs are leading the league, or leading the TVC, I should say.
I think they come into this game undefeated, 11-0 in TVC Ohio Division play.
Yep, nice pitch here.
Strikeout for Lily Gura, and we'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Buckeyes up 5-2. We'll take a timeout.
Gear up at Rocky Outdoor Gear Store in Nelsonville. Quality boots and apparel for work, play, and everything in between. Rocky Outdoor Gear Store. Adventure starts here. Is your home too hot or too cold? Call Air Claws Heating and Cooling in Athens. Fast.
You are watching Nelsonville York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube. You are watching Nelsonville York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Looks like the officials taking a close look here at the weather. We're going to play on for now, but I don't know how long that's going to last. Coach Osborne during the break there brought the troops in, had just talking to them, getting them refocused. Even though the Lancers are winless on the season, you get into tournament play, it's anybody can win on any given night, and you have to stay focused and stay on it. They had an opportunity there to even get closer. That was a nice job by the Buckeyes pitcher to buckle down and get that last out. But you're only up 3 runs heading into the bottom of the fourth here, and that's probably a little closer than what Coach Osborne suspected it would be at this point in the game.
Cam Jolly will lead it off for the Buckeyes. She bunted her way on first time up. Shows a squared around a bunt there, but the pitch was high, so she pulled it back. Audrey Klingenpill still on the mound for Federal Hocking, and that's high, ball 2. Klingenpill's done a good job keeping Federal Hocking in this game.
Sure has.
The pitch, and that's high, ball 3. So imagine Kim Jolly will be taking all the way on this one.
Yeah.
3-0 pitch from Klingenpill, and that's ball 4.
Yep, that's exactly what she was doing, Jim. Just taking, get on base however you can.
Buckeyes back to the top of the order. Lily Gura steps in. Some dark clouds around here.
Yeah.
Nelsonville York High School.
Thunder's getting a little bit louder, too, as we go.
High, ball 1. The pitch by Klingenpill, and that's a strike.
And ever since Nungaster got thrown out at second, the Buckeyes haven't attempted a steal.
And that's high. Lily Gura at the plate for the Buckeyes. Kim Jolly on first for Nelsonville York. Nobody out. Audrey Klingenpill with the delivery, and Kim Jolly on her way to second to throw down, and she's safe. Looked like the throw from our vantage point might have beat her there,
Yeah,
but
it was
they
definitely close.
must have missed the tag.
Yeah, she tagged her kind of high up on the body, and Jolly did a nice job of sliding to the wide side of the bag.
Nobody out now for the Buckeyes, and now a runner at second. And Lily Gura with a hit, and that'll go over the right fielder's head. Gura on her way to second as Kim Jolly comes around third, and she scores. And all the way to third goes Lily Gura. Nice hit by Lily Gura.
Yeah, that's a Hocking Valley Motors long drive right there. And that was a nice job by Jolly right out of the box, knowing that she could probably get 3 out of this and maybe even an inside the park home run. She came out of that box storming, running hard, circling the bases real well.
Buckeyes up 6-2. Paisley Stalter at the plate pops it up, and it is caught by the second baseman. That's Rory Tabler. So the Buckeyes with 1 out and a runner at third. Emmy Fowler at the plate for the Buckeyes. Hit one off the fence last time up. Emmy did for a double and an RBI. And that's called a strike.
Looked a little high here. Yep, did look a little high. Now, I'm trying to remember looking at that other field that Buckeyes have been playing their home games at this year. I don't think it has a concrete backstop like we have here. Could be wrong on that, but I don't believe it does. And if not, that's definitely an adjustment for a team to be able to, that just because that ball gets by that catcher doesn't mean you're scoring, because that ball's likely going to bounce right back to the plate.
And that's high. 2-1. Buckeyes up 6-2, bottom of the fourth. Runner at third, 1 down. Emmy Fowler at the plate. Klingenpill with a pitch, and that's popped up, and that's foul out of play. Two the count on Emmy Fowler. Audrey Klingenpill with the 2-2, and that's fouled off by Fowler, and that's out of play.
Field umpire is going to say, let's take a break here. Hearing that thunder getting a little bit louder, certainly understandable. You want to be
Looked like
safe.
a lightning flash in the distance. And so we're in a weather delay here at Nelsonville York High School at the softball field. Buckeyes and Federal Hocking playing the opening round of the tournament. It's a district quarterfinal game, and the winner advances to the district semifinals of Division 6. And again, the winner of this game will take on Portsmouth West. They defeated Ripley last night, and that district semifinal game will be played at Unioto High School a week from tonight on May 20th.
And of course, again, as we were talking about in the pregame, or not really pregame, but the beginning of when we came on the air, the Buckeyes have had a really good back half of the season. They were on an 8-game win streak there before losing to Wellston. And, yeah, you're a 4 seed, but you probably even feel like you're even better than that going in with that momentum. And that confidence can play a huge role heading into this tournament. Obviously they want to make sure they can finish this game out being up only 4 runs. That's certainly in question. But, if the Buckeyes can pull this one out and head on over to Uniota, got that momentum that's rolling, and that can really create some unique circumstances, some things that probably Nelsonville York softball hasn't seen in quite some time.
Of course, what a turnaround by the Buckeyes. Last year they didn't win a game, and
Yeah, think of
coming
that.
into this game, Buckeyes are 12-7 on the season.
And if you're on the side of the Lancers, that's something that could be encouraging, right? If you're the coach for the Lancers, you say, hey, going into next season,
Look what
Nelsonville York
York did.
in one season, and
And right now, hanging in there with the Buckeyes.
Yes, they
Federal
are.
Hocking down by 4, 6-2 here in the 4th
Absolutely.
inning. We saw a pretty good bolt come down off in the distance.
It looks like it's kind of it's the worst of it's staying away from us, but who knows how these days how this stuff could shift around. And the baseball team they're still in delay as well. I think they went to delay before we even did over here on the softball field. And again, they're playing against the Bulldogs here tonight in a TVC matchup. And it's kind of strange. You deal with that often in baseball and softball, where you may have some regular season league games that you have to end up making up after the tournament games start.
And the Nelsonville York softball team, I was talking to, of course, head coach Dennis Osborne before the game, and the Buckeyes are 5-5 in the Ohio Division, and of course you play 12 games, and he is telling me they need to play Vinton County twice,
Yeah.
home and away.
Yeah.
Both of them makeup games. And I think they've tried to play that Vinton County game about 4 times up here.
Yeah, it just happens.
That's when you don't like being an athletic director.
Oh no, yeah. I would have to
Rescheduling
imagine
games
the
and
spring,
umpires
the
and all.
spring for I call him Coach Klein because I coached with Jay for so many years, and he was one of my coaches as well. I would have to believe the spring's kind of a nightmare, like you say, for ADs to be able to. And of course, you got track season happening too, all at the same time as well, and sometimes those track meets will get suspended or delayed or rescheduled as well. So it's typically with a football game, you're more times than not you're going to get it in. Sometimes you may have to come back the very next day and play on a Saturday, but there's far fewer games in a football season versus baseball or softball, and so you have to, there's a whole lot of other issues that you have to deal with scheduling.
Coaches and umpires meeting out close to the pitcher's mound. Used to always be it was an automatic 30-minute delay on when you see lightning, and then every time you saw another strike,
Another.
you just start
Yep.
over again with the 30 minutes. But I'm not sure if it's still that way or not. But anyway, we will take a timeout here. Again, the Buckeyes leading Federal Hocking in this opening round tournament game of softball. Buckeyes leading Federal Hocking 6-2. We're in the 4th inning, and we're under a weather delay, so hopefully we'll be back shortly.
Crank it up with the Pure Rock Radio Network, your home for classic rock that really rocks. Tune in to Pure Rock 105 and Pure Rock 99.5 for the greatest hits, local sports action, and your favorite morning crew, Porter's Place, featuring Rodney Porterhouse Tomlin, comedian Jay Snide, and the HR chick, Tanya Hatton. From Bobcats football and basketball to unbeatable giveaways, we've got your back. Pure Rock Radio Network, where local voices meet legendary rock. Pure Rock 105 and Pure Rock 99.5. Turn it up. Ready for...
You are watching Nelsonville York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube. You are watching Nelsonville York High School Sports live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
So, Jim, I think we're on here. I don't know. Corbin knows. We got some really, looks like some even worse weather, bad weather heading in here, folks. And so if we go off air, it's simply because we can't keep this technology out here with this, what's coming in weather-wise. Athletic Director Jay Klein's out there speaking with the officials. The baseball game that was supposed to be played tonight, as our understanding, it never even got started because they were going to start at 5, and that's when the weather started coming in, so they decided to delay from the get-go.
And it looks like they're heading home.
Yeah,
It looks
they're
like
heading
maybe
home.
they've called that one.
Yep, and we're about to lose our tarp and our shade and everything else here. So, folks, if we shut her down here, hopefully you'll understand because there's some pretty bad weather. It looks like it's heading in, and so we'll try to stick it out as far as we can. But we are what are we at here, Jim? We're in the bottom of the fourth. Is that correct, or top?
Yes, bottom of the fourth, and
Yeah.
Buckeyes up 6-2. When the delay started, the umpires out the pitcher's mound, talking to athletic director Jay Klein and a couple coaches.
And it'd be my guess if this weather does come in, that's probably going to postpone the game until a later date. Jim was explaining to me it has to at least be 5 innings for it to be a complete game, and since we're only headed into the bottom of the fourth, that's not the case. The coaches could decide that, the Fed Hawk coach could say we're going to go ahead and forfeit the rest of the game, but the Lancers only down 4 runs here, Jim.
Yes.
So there's no reason at all, especially in a tournament game, for them to do that. So I would expect that this does get postponed, that the Lancers will be back here to play here sometime soon. And again, that just comes a mess scheduling wise, but that's why they pay Jay Klein the big bucks, right?
Yeah.
So again, folks, we're going to go ahead and get off the air here for a minute and see what happens here. But just looking
There
at
was
this
another
weather.
bolt right there.
Yeah.
So again, we talked to the umpires, and they said, yeah, that rule's still in effect, that
Right.
it's a 30-minute delay, and every time you see a lightning strike, the 30 minutes starts over.
Yep.
We just saw one just now.
Yep. We're definitely going to be delayed for at least another 30 minutes, and I would suspect this big game's probably going to get postponed. So we'll go ahead and, Jim, you go ahead and sign off for us right now, just in case, and we'll go from there.
Wind's really whipping here. I thought I'd do our sponsors once again.
Yeah.
We really appreciate them. Again, they give you the opportunity
we've been
to
trying
watch.
really hard to find a way to do softball this season, and we were both excited to finally get to do a game, and not surprisingly, we're dealing with the weather situation.
Again, our sponsors, Rocky Outdoor Gear Store, the Hocking Valley Motors, Air Claws Heating and Cooling, and Athens Sports Cycles. And again, we might be signing off for good. We're still waiting for the word from the umpires, but we will sign off. Again, if they are going to try to play it later, we will be back. But for Corbin Wilbur on streaming and Tony Richardson on camera, Tad Steinbrink, this is Jim McCumber saying so long, everybody.